What is going on, everyone? We are back with another review. We are reviewing Season 1, Episode 10 of the Twilight Zone. Before we can move forward, please remember that if you want to see everything a full week earlier than what you're seeing it right now, please check the link in the description below. It'll take you to the Patreon. You can sign up there and see everything a full week early. Now, with that being said, this episode was called Judgment Night. It was directed by John Bram, written by Rod Sterling, and was released December 4th, 1959. We're getting close to my birthday. All right. So, to give you a quick rundown, it's actually not going to take very long to give you a rundown, and then I'll give you my opinion on it. We start off with a guy who doesn't really remember much waking up kind of on this ship. He goes and meets up with, he's at the captain's dinner, which the captain has not shown up to yet. And they're all eating. It's almost like a war vessel, is what it looks like to me. Because there's military personnel on it. And the guy finally realizes who he is as far as name and where he's from. He's from Germany. But he does go on to say that, hey, he has a lot of knowledge, it seems, about subs as he's talking with these people. And they're trying to figure out, who he is. And he decides he's not feeling well. He says he's going to go back to his room. And he does. And when he gets there, they're putting things away. Or actually, before he goes to his room, he's called to the deck by the captain, and or the main, not the deck, the main captain's quarters, or whatever. It wouldn't even be the quarters. It would be whatever where the steering is, whatever it's called. It ain't that deep, but he goes in there and they're trying to figure out who he is and ask if he has a passport, and he says, I don't have it on me, but I'm pretty sure it's in my room. So they then go to the room. He gets in the room. He's him and some other guys helping him put stuff away, and they find a captain's hat for German Navy. And we're talking Third Reich. Reich. I call it Reich. Nazi Germany Navy. And this is where you start to realize that he's who he is as far as a character. And it has his name in the hat and everything. All of a sudden, he goes down to the bar, and he's hanging out in the bar, and he knows something's going to happen at 1:15. He doesn't know what's going to happen at 1:15, but he knows something is going to happen at 1:15. And at about 1:15, everyone disappears, and he starts running through the ship trying to find people. He sees lights shining onto the ship, and he knows it's a U-boat, which sends him into a panic. And he continues to search for people. But then this is when you actually see that he is actually on the U-boat. And as he's running through the main ship, he sees like a group of people. And he's like, what do I got to do to get you out of here? We need to leave. And then everyone just disappears. He starts running through the ship some more. And he eventually gets to outside, and his actual self is shooting onto the ship with the mortars from the U-boat, and it's destroying the ship, and then the ship eventually sinks. Now, we see Nazi Navy leader version of the main guy sitting in his room on their ship, on their sub, and a guy comes in and basically tells him he wasn't comfortable with killing a bunch of people that didn't know what was about to happen. And he says, what happens if we're forced to live the rest of eternity on that ship for what we've done. And then that's when you realize that's exactly what happens to the captain. For whatever reason, he now gets to spend the rest of eternity reliving the night over and over and over again in a Groundhog-esque scenario. I actually enjoyed this story because it does not have a happy ending. I know I'm evil or whatever, but I just feel like I don't necessarily need everything to be a sad ending, but the more messed up the ending, the better for me. And I did. I thought this was actually really well done for all of that. So, anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this review. It ended up being a pretty short review, 5.5 minutes long. Not bad. But yeah, so if you're watching this tomorrow, we start Armchair Thriller, which is a 70s British anthology show. They're going to be longer episodes because they are stories that are made up of 4 to 6 episodes apiece. And again, I'm combining all the stories into one episode. And the way I have to record all of these so that I'm maximizing time is I basically have to record the Twilight Zone, 2 episodes of that in one night, and then 2 nights in a row I'll be recording an episode of Armchair Thriller. And then the next day it'll be 2 more episodes of Twilight Zone, and then 2 more nights of recording Armchair Thriller. It's going to be hectic. Yeah. But it is what it is, and it is what it needs to be done. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you. Oh, I liked it, if I didn't say that enough already. Near the top for me so far. Love y'all. We'll see you next time. Peace.